the big myth about, the pagans out west was that you could buy your way in. If that's the fucking case, man, oh my God, they'd be the biggest club on the West Coast. This is PopKorn, and we're chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got PopKorn.
And I said, yeah, man, what's up? Yeah, I got time. And you get butterflies in your stomach because this wasn't prepared or planned or none of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know these guys, but I didn't know that that's what they were doing. You know what I mean? My old lady's with me, and I said, she's with me. And she, oh, it don't matter. They just want to say hi. All right. Well, they ride like one percenters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a 110 to the clubhouse type. You know what I'm saying? And we pull up to this light, and my girl is pissed off. She's been rib checking me. You know what I mean?
She don't like to ride like that.
Oh, I'm going to say hi to these guys. I don't want to show up 5 minutes after. They didn't give me the address. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to keep the up. You know what I mean? So we pull up to a light, and she just jumps off the bike. Literally. And I go, what the fuck are you doing? And I go, hey, she needs a ride home. And the light turns green and they burn off. And I said, get and took off. You know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you start
call Uber.
I left her one other time. She's gonna kill me when she watches. I left her at one other time on accident. We just jumped on our bikes, took off. Somebody was like, "Where's your girl?" Oh, she's the one really, really mad. but yeah, so we get there. I say hi to the guys, and it seems cool what they got going on down there. And I start coming down there and making my face seen and just trying to help out. You know how you get your foot in the door. You know what I mean? They had some painting they needed done. I'm an artist, and so I did some murals for them, and helped them get their decorations together and things like that.
Yeah.
And then was approached to see if I wanted to prospect, and I don't think anybody knows what's really entailed into that, but I said yeah, and I started prospecting, and at first I was proud, I was happy. You know what? My prospecting period was easy because I'm not the brightest crown in the box. To me, I was in. I was going. You know what I mean? I was somebody. I'm doing something. So every time there was a run or a party, I was just as excited about it as they were.
Yeah.
Until we got there. Everybody's piling into the bar, and I'm catching a order. So watch the bikes all night, and no beer or smoke, nothing. Oh, shit. Yeah.
So you're just sitting outside all night,
man, watching you. I don't. You ride in the club or you club? I mean,
no.
Yeah, no. It comes with a whole set of. You know what I mean?
I've hung around a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, dude. It's really nothing in the scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? Freezing your ass off, standing on a corner, watching security. I mean, it's an important job to keep these guys safe, and especially once you do the whole program, and it's just all learning. You can't be anything if you don't know what you are. You know what I mean? So the process is the most important part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the time that minds are made up, and some truths are seen, and
everyone goes through it. So that the people that that are going to be your brothers, they've been through the process.
It's easier for some and harder for others. You know what I'm saying? I was down for whatever, and I made it super clear. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't all have to do with violence, man. I just helped out in any way I could. If you needed a couple bucks, or you needed to borrow my bike, or you needed a tattoo, or any kind of help with anything. Like I just tried to make myself available for the club. You know what I mean? At one point, I believed I was going to patch, so I wanted to earn that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to hand out. I didn't want to, the big myth about, the pagans out west was that you could buy your way in. If that's the case, man, oh my God, they'd be the biggest club on the West Coast. You know what I mean? Period, ass point blank. Everybody with the money would be in line and ready to do it. You know what I mean? Harley Davidson would run out of bikes overnight. You know what I mean? Is definitely not the case. You know what
They
I mean?
want quality over quantity, right?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? The guys that I rode with, the garden weeds itself. You know what I'm saying? It really does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with that said, like I said, there's no shade to be thrown. I don't have any situations where the club did me wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely not the case. You know what I'm saying? The best years on earth so far, was in a cut with a sutar on the back. You know what I mean?
Has any situations happened while you were prospecting
Oh,
that stand out in your mind, like you're standing outside and someone's with the bikes or anything like crazy?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not Sons of Anarchy, man. You know what I mean? It's regular. You know what I mean? We live in a big city where there's a lot of homeless. You know what I mean? Keeping crackheads off the lot. You know what I mean? Like that or whatever. I mean, just you know what I mean? Nothing
Yeah.
really, man. I mean, as a member, I think I was exposed to way more for sure. You know what I mean? Prospects, they ain't allowed around anything really. You know what I'm saying? What they think they know is in their head, most likely. You know what I mean?
What's it like when you finally get your patch?
For me, it was. I mean, obviously, I worked for it, and I thought I worked pretty hard for it. So, getting it was everything I worked for, everything I dreamed of. But my happiness was short lived. I mean, at the time, I went into the club. You get a little celebration. Yeah, you made it. You know what I'm saying? The diamond at the time, he says, I want to take you out. I want to take you to the bar. And I mean, of course, that's an honor. You know what I mean? First day as a member, rolling out with the diamond. At the end of the night, when it's over, he says, "Hey, throw me your keys." I'm not going to tell him no. You know what I mean? I throw him the keys. Well, the next day, I come to get my bike and it's wrecked. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. And and I and so let me explain something to you. I'm one of the oddballs for real, for real. I don't give a about money. I really don't, and I don't give a about a bike. Let's set this bitch on fire just to get views. I really don't. I really don't. I've had 4 brand new bikes in the last 4 years, 20 Harleys. Somehow I just got really good karma when it comes to keeping a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Like it just, I've loaned bros bikes. You know what I mean? All kinds of. Anyway, so I'm the perfect person to have this happen to because I don't give a. You know what I mean? But I'm big on respect, though. You know what I'm saying? The bike's
Yeah.
insured, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you
it's
get
not like
another
it
one.
was inoperable or smashed like an accordion. It got put down. You know what I mean? So I, man, it's a hard spot to be in, though. You know what I mean?
What's the story he gave you?
So yeah, I said, "Hey, did you wreck my bike?" And he said, "No." And I can't call a brother a liar. You know what I mean? That's not what we're here for. You know what I mean? So I said, "Is there any way that you loaned my bike to someone else?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay." I said, "Is there any way somebody got the keys out of your pocket?" "No." I said, "All right. Well, I don't know what to say other than you know what I mean. You're not telling me the truth. You know what I mean? Emergency church, bam. You know what I'm saying?" But I get it. I I didn't tell you the whole situation. I said, well, actually, I'll be at your place in 5 minutes, so we could talk about this person to person, because it's a little loud in here. You know what I'm saying? And,
It's the bike rideable.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it
Is the-
was.
Yeah.
It was. You know, it was minor damage.
Mhm.
But I get a phone call, you know, stand down, emergency church. And basically when church was done, because you got to prove in the MC world, you know what I'm saying? He said, she said, don't fly. You know what I mean? You need real facts. You know what I'm talking about? Well, it just so happened I took pictures of the bike the day before, okay? And there was some damage on the bike, but I had photos of it. And it didn't take a genius to see rusty scratches and shiny scratches. You know what I mean? So the chapter aired on the side of righteousness. You know, the dude would not let his pride, you know, admit that he did what he did and then lied about it. You know what I mean? So they put him back in general population. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah, that
So
sucks.
you
for
got
me.
yours. He got he's getting like the
You know, I just prospected. I tried to make the best impression on every brother. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a vote at the table. You know what I mean? Now, just because I have to stand on mine as a man and can't let something go, and it would have been fucking water under the bridge immediately. Yeah, you should have seen it. The slid all the way across the goddamn pavement. Oh, that's cool. Insurance claim done deal. You know what I mean? No big deal.
yeah.
You know, but I don't like it when you don't respect me enough to tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that there was just as bad as calling me out my name. You know what I mean? You got to respect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming here to be a pagan, but I'm already a man. You know what I mean? So
He just figured he could lie to you and you'd be
I
like,
just
whatever.
felt like I hadn't been a brother long enough to have that respect yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yesterday I was a prospect. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? But I don't. You know what I mean? Being who I am. But either way, man, just standing on mine, it got me in trouble, and then it got me, you know, brownie points, if you want to call them brownie points. You know, I'm gonna stay me to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I held every billet in the chapter at one point. You know what I'm saying? Every single one, sec tres all the way up. You know what I mean? I either was a horrible fit, you know, like sec tres. I smoke a lot of pot, so me and numbers ain't best friends. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I lost the
Uh,
receipt for that. Sorry.
hey, listen. Everybody knew me as a guy who got money. I had 3 businesses, so it was never no like skimming, you know, worrying about no like that. I mean, I was typically buying dinner for people, you know what I mean. But yeah, definitely not the guy for the job on the accounts and whatever, paying bills, getting things done, dealt with. I think Sergeant at Arms probably would have put me in fucking prison or the grave because, you know what I mean. Like, I just felt like I was the appointed protector, and you know what I mean. And I take my job serious, and it just, you know, I was, you know, grateful, you know, to just move on to higher grounds at that point.
What
You
was
know,
your favorite position?
president, yeah, Diamond. Just because, you know, my objectives, you know, for the men around me is to just be men, but respectful men. You know what I'm talking about? In a chapter, you're going to have little youngsters, you're going to have old guys, you're going to have, you know, out of shape guys, you're going to have all these guys. Everybody's not some sort of MMA fighter, but it's important and imperative that you carry yourself with respect and dignity. You know, one thing is that mirrors the military to me is you're putting on something that somebody else fought for.